two, one. Assalamu alaikum, people listening and watching. You're tuning into the Let's Walk podcast. I am your host, Ataur Rahman, and today's guest is Ronak. He is a pharmacy assistant in Canada, and he's joining me all the way from Canada to share his journey to being a pharmacy assistant and going all the way from India to Canada. And I don't know like what happens, like the whole journey, what will he be explaining and sharing every detail as much as possible. Thank you, Ronak, for joining me, and it's great having you.
You're most welcome. Thank you so much for having me over here.
So I want, like I said, we'll start off with some questions to get the bond going on.
Sure.
You're from Mumbai, right?
I'm basically from Pune.
But where did you live? Like basically, do you live in Mumbai or?
No, I used to live in Pune.
Okay, nice. Because if you said you were you used to live in Mumbai, I used to ask I was preparing that question that you like pav bhaji or the Canadian food, because that's the ultimate test for Mumbai.
Oh, but still, if you would ask me that question, I would still go for pav bhaji rather than Canadian food.
Then you are the real Indian.
I am the real Indian.
So with that being right off the bat, the second question is what is that one thing you hated your parents did when you were a kid, and then now you said why this was the best thing?
Like the one thing which I hated. uh, So there's actually nothing that I hated about my parents. The only thing I hated that whenever I wanted to go out, my parents used to deny me, saying that no, you cannot go over here. And but after I've grown now, I have my own freedom, right? And I have to take my own decisions. So I have a decision to take as I can go anywhere I want. I can live my life. I can live my freedoms. So that's one thing which I like. No personal grudges about my parents. Whatever they used to say was for my good, but still that was the one thing. Yeah.
No worries, but still, those things, they teach us patience and how
Yes.
to with circumstances and whatnot. So that's a good thing actually.
That's true. Yeah.
So I want you to start off with like college. College mein matlab like how did you decide did you already decide no hame Canada jana hai, like I'm going to Canada, I want to be a pharmacy assistant, like how did you go about it? Let's start from college.
When I was okay, just a second. Yeah. Okay, so when I was in my 11th standard, I decided that yes, I want to finish off my 12th and then I want to do my further studies in Canada. तो कहीं ना कहीं मैंने फिर वो प्लान बना लिया था कि यार अभी से सब प्रिपरेशंस करना है, अभी से सब स्टडी लाइक वर्क हार्ड करना है, एंड आई हैव टू गेट द मार्क्स सो दैट आई कैन गो अहेड एंड स्टडी इनटू कनाडा. So slowly and steadily, I completed my commerce. I completed my 12th. Once I completed my 12th, I started all the Canadian visa and IELTS processes. So like I must not say this, but I've come over here after my 10+2, that is my 12th standard. And people who are watching this, I have a regret in my life that if I would have completed my diploma back from India, then I would have straight away come over here for my degree or master's. Because you see, diploma is a 2 years program, and diploma basically has no value. Like, I agree to that Indian diploma and Canadian diploma are both different, but it's better if you study diploma back in India and then you come over here for your masters. So it becomes very easy for you to get the jobs. तो वही था कि आगे जाके पढ़ना है, बीकॉम करना है, बट बीकॉम के बाद क्या करना है वो नहीं पता था. इतना माइंडसेट था कि यस बीकॉम करना है, डिप्लोमा करना है, बस वही था. तो बस करती सब तैयारी चालू. And now I'm here at the age of 19 all by myself.
So like how did you like have to convince your parents that you're going to Canada for study?
My parents, I need not have to convince my parents. My parents are the coolest parents in the world. Like they have supported me in everything and they're still supporting me. I just told them yes, I want to go ahead and study into Canada, and my parents were like, it's okay, it's your choice, it's your call, it's your life. At the end you have to live it. So whatever feels good to you, whatever feels the best to you, whatever things can make your life the best, you do it.
That's nice. That's a good parents' kid. It's life setting. And the thing which I wanted to ask is like, so you're doing your bachelor's of BCom in Canada, right?
In Canada, yes.
So which university are you attending in?
I'm not at the university. There's a college called as the Confederation College. So I am into my last semester of my business diploma. So next month I'll be completing my diploma, and then yeah, that's everything. So
this is like a 2 years diploma.
it's a 2 years diploma, yes.
So see, you are from like the commerce field, right? How did you like? It's like basically going the horizontal way into pharmacy, right?
I knew
I
you would
wanted
ask.
to like tell about that.
I knew this question was coming in for me. I knew it. So basically, my pharmacy assistant job is just a part-time job. It requires only basic training. So what my job is to fill out the medications, whatever the prescriber has prescribed the patient, and to fill them according to that. And once I fill them out, I just have to show it to the pharmacist. The pharmacist double checks it, and it's all done. It's not a very tough job. It just requires a basic training. So I started off with submitting my part-time resumes all over the Canada. Like in the province where I live, I have submitted my resumes in every store over here. And all of a sudden, one day I get a call from this pharmacy that yes, you've been selected and we would like to have you in. I was like, okay. First 2 days, they just gave me a 2 days basic training. That's it. And once I got the training, in the initial days, it was a bit difficult for me because patients were asking me about the medication to refill the antibiotic. Because patients over here, what they say, like whenever they are calling in a prescription, either they say the name of the prescription or they say that it's an antibiotic or it's a diabetic medication. So most of the people use this term that I am refilling my antibiotic or my diabetic medication. So that used to become difficult for me because I'm a commerce student and I haven't studied anything about medication. I don't even know what an antibiotic medication is. But then slowly and steadily, once I got used to it, I got the terminology, I got a hand of it. And now, if you ask me that, if any patient asks me that, look at my profile and tell me an antibiotic, I can easily do that because I have a 6 months experience now. So not only filling the medications, but also doing the data entry. Data entry means the doctor has given you a prescription, and that prescription you have to scan it and enter it into the patient's profile. That is what data entry is. So there are several things you have to take in mind when you are doing this job. So I never expected that being a business student, I would come into a pharmacy field or a medical field. Yeah, it was a completely new world for me.
So like you said, like you didn't know what antibiotics and all this terminology, like they're talking some drugs and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I imagine like it might have been like really hard for you to like, even how did you like study? You like memorize everything like day and night, or how did you do that?
No, I did not memorize everything. It was my daily job. So part-time job is like they call you 3 days in a week. So I used to do that thing every single day. Like 3 days, I used to do it every single day. Yes, first in the initial days, I did do some mistakes, some severe mistakes, but then it was all good because they considered me as a newbie, as a beginner. So they said it's all good. It happens because you are a beginner over here. It happens. So that was, I did not study day and night. No, I just took down the notes, whatever advice they used to give me. I just had a book with me, a small book, and I just used to go on writing that, okay, if the circumstances are this, if there's a situation like this, what you should do in that situation, right? What call you should take, and what is the first thing that should come into your mind after seeing at that situation. So that's what I do. I just start preparing notes, whatever I see that, okay, this is something new for me, just note it down in my book. That's it.
So what aspect of pharmacy are you working? Is it like community pharmacy? Is it clinical pharmacy? Like the different places, right?
You can say it's a community pharmacy because the pharmacy which I'm working at is under a franchisee called Shoppers over here. So Shoppers is basically a franchisee where you can get all your stuff, including grocery, electronic items, food related items, everything you get over here. So
Basically,
under
like Big
that,
Bazaar.
Big Bazaar, it's like Big Bazaar has its own medical pharmacy. That's it.
Wow.
Yeah. So
So
that, yeah.
how do you get patients in that? Like, is it like the same, the place where you live, like the people, then same people come over there?
Basically patients from, let's say, all over I live in Thunder Bay, right? So patients from all over Thunder Bay who have a prescription, they will come over to us. If they are new ones, they will create a profile, or if they are existing ones, they'll just submit us their prescription. That's it. Once they give us their prescription in, we then enter it into the profile. So that's how we get the patients. So you can say sometimes the hospital prescribes, sometimes the clinic people prescribe us. So it's like we get different customers every different day.
So how has living in the living in Canada, like been? Are you enjoying?
You can say I am 60% enjoying, not 60%, 50% enjoying, 50% I am working hard. Because living in Canada is a very tough job, I must say. Like living all by yourself, living, carrying out your expenses, and it's very difficult. Once you start to getting on your own legs, once you start standing on your own legs, then you feel that yes, life is a very difficult thing, you know. When I first came into Canada, I was like completely shocked that what world am I in? My life has completely changed. It has completely taken a U-turn now. Now, whatever I have to do is all by myself. There's no one supporting me. My parents are supporting me, but over here, I have no one. To my touchwood, I live with my uncle and aunt, so I have someone who have my back. But for students who are coming over here, who do not know anyone over here, so I have seen all those things. I've even seen the worst days of my life, and I've even seen the good days of my life. Because getting a job over here as a student is very, very difficult, and you have to follow all the instructions and all the methods properly in a thorough way so that you know you are successful in doing that job. Because people over here are very particular about their things. Like they are like straightforward. उनको जो बात अच्छी नहीं लगती है वो मुंह पे बोल देंगे. No matter अगर आपको अच्छी लगती है लगे, नहीं अच्छी लगती है तो फिर ऐसे लोग हैं यहाँ पे. But they are kind-hearted people. It's like कोई भी प्रॉब्लम्स होगी तो आप उनको बताओगे. अपने इंडिया जैसे नहीं है कि यार अभी अगर इनको मैं ये बात बताऊंगा तो ये मेरे को चिल्लाएगा, ये मेरे को काम से निकाल देगा. ऐसा नहीं होता है. अगर कोई नई चीज नहीं आती है, कुछ नहीं होता है, तो जाके उनसे बात करो. दे विल ट्राई टू हेल्प यू आउट. सो अच्छे हैं यहाँ के लोग.
That's good to hear. So like, do you feel like homesick like initially when you came, or like do you have like Indian friends, the Indian in Thunder Bay hashtag?
Hashtag India in Thunder Bay. Yes, we do have. We have Gujaratis, we have Punjabis, we have Hyderabadis, we have people from all over the world. Mostly Tamils. We have people from Kerala. So homesickness, I did feel. I did feel for the first month when I came. Like I did not feel homesickness for a very long time. It was only for a short period of time because I have my uncle and aunt over here, as I said. So I did not feel homesickness that much. But yes, I've seen people, students who live alone. They when they come over here after 15-20 days, they start getting homesickness. It's because they are not used to living this environment. They are not used to spend their life all by themselves, right? Because over here now you are the one who has to take every decision. You have to earn, you have to pay out your expenses. So homesickness होती obviously होगी. आप अगर फैमिली से, लेट्स से अगर कोई हॉस्टल में आया है तो उसको होम सिकनेस नहीं होगी क्योंकि ही नोज द एनवायरनमेंट हाउ इट इज टू स्टे अलोन. बट अगर कोई बंदा फैमिली के साथ ही है, मॉम डैड के साथ ही सब कर रहा है, लाइक ही वाज कंप्लीटली डिपेंडेंट ऑन मॉम डैड, and now he's coming over here, so homesickness to hogi usko.
So how did you combat that? Like, how did you?
It's the simple way is to just focus on your life, that's it. किसी भी चीज के बारे में मत सोचो, you have to just think not that हाँ अभी आ गए तो आ गए, अब वापस नहीं जा सकते. अब 15 से 20 लाख रुपए डाले हुए हैं पापा मम्मी ने, अब अगर वो 15-20 लाख रुपए डाल दिए तो डाल दिए, अब तुमको पढ़ना है यहाँ पे, तुमको तुम्हारी लाइफ बनानी है यहाँ पे, राइट. अब अगर वापस जाओगे तो एक तो कम्युनिटी में नाक कटेगी कि ये कनाडा गया था, कनाडा से वापस आ गया, और दूसरा तुम्हारे पैसे भी जाएंगे. सो in order to overcome that homesickness, all you have to do is focus on what you're doing, get a job, study, focus on that job, because job करोगे ना तो automatically तुम्हारा focus जो divert हो जाएगा, क्योंकि job करते करते तुमको studies भी करना है, तुम्हें तुम्हारे expenses भी carry out करने, तो उन सब चीजों में homesickness निकल जाता है. People, मैं usually I stay busy with these things, you know. So that's the reason I couldn't upload the videos also on my YouTube.
नहीं यार, you should upload more videos.
I know.
Like the last video is like about 2 months ago or something.
2-3 months ago, and I will. It's just that it's my last semester going on, so I have a lot of tests and presentations coming in. So once I get free of those things, I'll definitely upload one.
Oh, that's great to hear. So like, so if people who are going to come in Canada, and like, I think the education system is also a little bit different. We are like in India more of it is like Rattamar, that kind of thing.
Yes.
And still now that I'm in pharmacy and I'm doing PharmD, still I feel there's like people still despite going into university, still people use the same thing. And whereas I think on the other hand, I think it's quite different. I want you to like share a little bit about that.
Okay, so for people coming new over here, so if you are a new student coming to Canada, let's say, first of all, what Canada is and how Canada is. Canada is a very different place for you all. People who think that हाँ Canada जाके मौज मस्ती करेंगे, पैसा कमाएंगे, डॉलर कमाएंगे, नहीं भाई ऐसा नहीं होता. मैं भी वही सपने देख के आया था, but वो सपने फुलफिल करने में टाइम लगता है एंड बहुत मेहनत लगती है, राइट. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, whenever you are coming to Canada, just think that अब आए हैं तो पढ़ना है, ठीक है, मेहनत करनी है लाइफ में, क्योंकि इंडिया में मॉम डैड के पैसों पे जीते थे, यहाँ पे आपको खुद के पैसों पे जीना है और खुद के एक्सपेंसेस खुद कैरी आउट करने, वो एक चीज याद में रख लो. सेकेंडली, बहुत से डिफरेंट लोग मिलेंगे आपको यहाँ पे. you'll get to see the world basically. Like आप गिरोगे भी, पर साथ ही साथ आपको उठना भी खुद से ही है अभी, right. When I first came to Canada, I was like, कहाँ आ गए हम यार, because I used to do such jobs that I would have never ever imagined in my life that I would have to do such jobs. And in between of those jobs, I was like, yeah, what my life was before and what I am now. So life is very changing over here. It's just that you have to have patience and determination. That's it. If you are a new student, just think that yes, mom dad ने इतने पैसे अभी अपने पे खर्च किए हैं, so you have to utilize those money and you have to earn all those money back and give it to them. That's what determination you have to have. That's it. किसी भी चीज के बारे में नहीं सोचना है कि हाँ अभी ऐसा करूंगा तो क्या होगा, ऐसा करूंगा तो क्या होगा, नहीं, आपको करना है, मतलब करना है. That's it. And there are like a lot of people asking me about PharmD. So basically I am getting a lot of questions like, I have done PharmD. After that, can I work as a pharmacy assistant? So basically I am a commerce student and I have no knowledge about all these things. But to all those people who are watching this thing, I can say that, let's put it in this way. If you are studying as a business student, and let's say if you want to become a pharmacist, and this both are two different things, I know, but let's say if you want to become a pharmacist, just think, would you be able to become a pharmacist just after getting your diploma? No, right? If you want to become a pharmacist, you have to complete your pharmacy B, that is a bachelor's, and you have to give your PEBC exam. Now, PEBC exam is such a thing that that this is what I've heard, that most 80% of the people are not able to crack this exam. It's because the exam is very tough, I've heard. So in order to crack this exam, you first have to gain some experiences and gain some knowledge. And this you would get by working in a pharmacy or somewhere, or by working under someone who is an experienced person, who is a knowledgeable person, right? So that's what I want to say about all these things. It's a
Yeah.
very different concept, a lot to say, a lot to give knowledge about, but yes.
Because like I said, initially I thought you were in pharmacy, but then I saw like other videos and I was like, nahi, banda business ka hai.
होते हैं
Pharmacy
वैसे
is
लोग.
a part-time job. That's what. And like many people, they're thinking that you have done B pharmacy or PharmD or something like that, and then you are doing that job, right?
Yeah.
So how's the situation of the pandemic been?
Pandemic life is complete. I frankly speaking, कॉलेज सिर्फ 2 महीना अटेंड किया यार. सिर्फ कॉलेज 2 महीना देखने मिला. बाकी का 6-7 months आई एम एट होम. अभी तक कॉलेज की शक्ल नहीं दिखी है. सब ऑनलाइन है. इट्स एवरीथिंग ऑनलाइन. Pandemic is just getting into our nerves now. It's like earlier, Thunder Bay is a very small city, with only 1 lakh of population. So it didn't take much time for the pandemic, for the virus to get spreaded in everyone. And now active cases, we have like 406 something active cases. The ICUs, the hospitals, everything is full over here. So abhi to sab online hai. Online studies are going on. I think I'll get my diploma degree online as well.
No way, man.
I know. I won't be able to fly the black hat in the air.
Did you take the vaccine?
I did. As because I'm a health worker, so I got the vaccine. I got the first dose.
Okay, so how has it been? Like people are telling they are getting some random side effects, some shoulder pain, rashes.
Shoulder pain, yes. Shoulder pain, you'll get the shoulder pain because it's obvious that if there's something getting injected in your arms, in your body, you will get the soreness and the pain, right? But apart from that, nothing. I just had some headache, tiredness for 1 day. That's it.
A lot of people are skeptical about the vaccine, especially in India, because in India a lot of things get manipulated and whatnot. They can say it's a vaccine and put glucose and I don't know, crazy things happen over there. So
I know.
I heard like there's a thing in Canada, like if you get any side effects or if there are any potential side effects which are reported, you will be given a sort of a compensation. Is that true?
I haven't heard anything of this. It's just that they've said, so once they've given the vaccine, they make you sit for 15 minutes over there to check if you are having any symptoms or no. But let's say if in that 15 minutes you don't get any symptoms, you're absolutely fine. But after going home, you get a symptom in 1 or 2 days. If it's a very minor symptom, just like headache, soreness, tiredness, these are very common symptoms you'll get. But if it's an extreme symptom like nausea and other stuff, then you have to call 911 over here. So either they'll admit you in the hospital, and once this severe symptoms happens to you, the time when you're taking your second dose, the hospital people will let this know to them that yes, he or she was having such kind of symptoms. And
so
then
saying something.
And then according to that, they'll give you all the medication and stuff, or the vaccine.
So how has it been like you're in the health side of things and you're like working? So how has it been like dealing with patients and whatnot? Like do you have some covers or plastic?
Plastic covers as in?
As in like some sort of shields or something. Like how do you interact with the patients and get the medications?
Okay, so yeah, it's like we have to come while working. It's compulsory for us to wear a mask. Okay, without a mask, we cannot work. You get different types of patients actually. Frustrated patients, good patients, kind-hearted patients, and dealing with frustrated patients is one of our tasks. I've told in my earlier videos as well, and if there are new people watching this video, अगर आपको आपके patients के साथ deal करना है, you have to be very calm. I am a person. I am a very I am a very मेरे को गुस्सा बहुत फटाफट आता है.
एकदम नाक पे गुस्सा है.
एकदम नाक पे गुस्सा होता है. छोटी सी भी अगर मेरे को कोई कुछ भी बोल जाए ना बुरा चीज, आई गेट क्लिक. तो आई एम अ वेरी वो वर्ड अभी मेरे को याद नहीं आया है, बट dealing with customers is very difficult basically for me, you know. कभी कभार पेशेंट्स ऐसे आ जाते हैं कि हाँ कि मेरा ये मेडिकेशन तैयार क्यों नहीं हुआ, मेरा इंश्योरेंस कवर क्यों नहीं कर रहा है मेरा मेडिकेशन. लाइक आई एम ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लेन देन ऑल द सिचुएशन ओवर देयर, बट इट्स लाइक there are some people who do not understand this stuff, and it's I completely get it. They are in their old age. They have to get their medications done. So the hospital people, what they do is sometimes there's a bit delay in sending the prescriptions, right? So that's one thing why the patients get pissed off on you. But dealing with those patients is actually easy. If you are not able to handle the situation, just let the pharmacist know. The pharmacist will come and talk to the patient. That's it. That's what I do. That's what I do. Being a short-tempered person and dealing with customers is difficult for me, but at the same time, it's something I learned something from that. कि हाँ अभी अगर ऐसा हुआ है तो आगे जाके how did the pharmacist tackle the situation, how did he overcome the situation, how did he handle the patient. These are the things which I keep in my mind and take a note whenever I am seeing such situations, so that next time onwards I can, you know, deal the patient in a similar way, not the same way but in a similar way.
So like how do you balance everything? Like, you know, you're making vlogs, you're doing the part-time job, you have to go to uni. कैसे करते हो?
काय देना पड़ता है यार मेरे दोस्त. सब करना पड़ता है. लाइक vlogs तो अभी खैर नहीं बन रहे. It's been like 3-4 months I haven't uploaded any video, but soon I will. But in apart from that, my studies, my job, everything I have to manage. There's a proper schedule which I make. So yeah, there's like if it's a part-time job right now, right? So I'm working only 3 days in a week. So that's not a big issue for me, but the main issue would be if I'm working as a full-time job. So if I would be working as a full-time person right now, seriously, I wouldn't have time for my studies right now, because job से ही अगर इतना pressure है तो studies पे तो focus नहीं होता है फिर. But a lot of people tend to do that, you know, पैसा कमाने के लिए part time पे भी full time काम करेंगे. It's like when you're on a part time, when you're on a study permit, you are only allowed to work up to 20 hours a week. हफ्ते में सिर्फ 20 घंटा काम कर सकते हो. तो बहुत से लोग ऐसा करते हैं पैसा कमाने के लिए, खर्चे निकालने के लिए. They cross the 20 hours, and at the time when they are applying for their work permit, they face issues. So मत करो ऐसा. अगर 20 घंटा दिया है 20 घंटे में स्टिक रहो. हाँ, जब भी छुट्टियां या कॉलेज की तरफ से ऑफिशियल समर हॉलीडे से कुछ होता है, देन यू आर अलाउड टू वर्क 40 आवर्स अ वीक. बट अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट नो. क्योंकि लोग क्या करते हैं ना, यहाँ पे मैंने बहुत से इंडियंस ऐसे देखे हैं कि आएंगे कनाडा आएंगे और बड़ी बड़ी चीजें लेंगे. किसी ने मैकबुक ले लिया, किसी ने लेटेस्ट स्मार्टफोन ले लिया, और इन सब का खर्चा जो होता है ना वो फाइनेंस पे लेते हैं ये लोग. कि हम हाँ कि अगर आपने लेट्स से मैंने एक मैकबुक लिया है तो अभी पूरा पैसा तो मैं दे नहीं सकता एक साथ, तो मैं उसको क्या फाइनेंस कराऊंगा, तो मंथली आई हैव टू गिव अ सर्टेन अमाउंट. तो ऐसे ही लोग कर लेते हैं ईएमआई टाइप. हाँ, तो स्मार्टफोन्स ले लिया जस्ट बिकॉज दिखाना है कि हाँ बहुत पैसा है अपने पास, स्मार्टफोन ले लिया. अब उसका महीने का $100 देना है. अब $100 देने का ठीक है, स्टार्टिंग ऑफ द डेज यू गेट सम मनी फ्रॉम द बैंक. टू पीपल हु नो दैट कनाडा आने से पहले you have to create a bank account, and in that bank account you deposit $10,000. So what bank does is that every month from those $10,000 they will give you $650 every month to carry out your expenses. तो कभी $100 उसमें से दे दिया तो एक साल के लिए मिलता है ये पैसा. एक साल के बाद बंद होता है पैसा मिलना, क्योंकि जैसे 10,000 खत्म हो जाएगा फिर तुम्हें कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. तो अभी तो किसी के पास जॉब लगी भी नहीं होती है, एंड अभी $650 भी आने बंद हो गए, तो अभी करे तो करे क्या. तो दे स्टार्ट दिस 20 आवर्स काम करेंगे. किसी ने उबर ईट्स कर लिया, किसी ने कुछ स्किप डिशेस कर लिया, जोमेटो की तरह कर लिया. तो ऐसे ऐसे उनके 20 घंटे से ऊपर निकल जाते हैं.
Is that legal?
Working for 20 hours is legal, but working for more than 20 hours on a study permit is illegal. Technically speaking, if you are living in a very large city, let's say Toronto, and you can work on cash basis over there, but it's illegal over here to work on a cash job. You cannot work on a cash job over here. Like तुम्हें कैश में कभी पैसा नहीं मिलना चाहिए, तुम्हारी जो पे आती है वो सिर्फ तुम्हारे सीधा बैंक अकाउंट में आनी चाहिए, राइट? तो if you're working in a very small city like Thunder Bay, and if you're doing a cash job, and if ever like भगवान ना करे बट अगर कोई पुलिस वाला आ गया वो शॉप में एंड उसने इफ ही इंक्वायर्स यू दैट व्हाट काइंड ऑफ जॉब यू आर डूइंग एंड आर यू डूइंग अ कैश जॉब, एंड उसने अगर हाँ बोल दिया तो फिर वो फंस गया, उसको डिपोर्ट कर देंगे सीधा. इफ इट्स अ नाइस कॉप तो वो वार्निंग भी दे सकता है या छोड़ भी सकता है, बट अगर कोई निकल गया कि हाँ जिसका गुस्सा नाक पे होता है तो फिर वो सीधा डिपोर्ट कर देगा तुम्हें, क्योंकि कैश जॉब्स इलीगल हो गई है. एंड इट डज मेक सेंस, क्योंकि यहाँ पे कैसा होता है ना, अगर आपको काम करना है तो आपका एक सिन नंबर होता है स्टूडेंट्स के लिए. सो बेसिकली एवरीवन, नॉट ओनली फॉर स्टूडेंट्स, एवरीवन हु वांट्स टू वर्क ओवर हियर, they have to have a SIN number. उस SIN number के बेसिस पे ही you will get a job, because आगे जाके वो वर्क परमिट पे शो करेगा एंड आपके पीआर के टाइम भी शो करेगा कि आपने इतने घंटे काम किया हुआ है टोटल. तो इट बेसिकली मेक सेंस इन ऑर्डर टू कीप अ रिकॉर्ड ऑफ योर वर्किंग आवर्स. वो SIN नंबर चाहिए होता है, एंड कैश पे वो होता नहीं है. कैश पे दे डोंट आस्क यू फॉर योर SIN नंबर.
So like what's next for you? What do you plan to do like after diploma is done? Like you go full time into pharmacy assistant or how?
After diploma, I am planning to get my master's or bachelor's, whatever it is, but I'm not stopping at diploma. So I might work as a pharmacy assistant for some time as a full-time, unless and until I don't get a proper business-related job. And once I get my permanent residency, then I'll move into doing my master's, and then I'll get a nice job.
Wow. That sounds really nice, because you see, like is there a thing like you feel like I should have done my diploma back in India and then come to Canada, or like is it different?
As I said, yeah. No, as I said before, I regret that if I would have completed my diploma back in India, and if I was only doing my degree over here, that would have made my life much more easier, right? But okay, let's put it this way. Diploma is a 2-year program. You are studying for 2 years over here, okay? Then you have to collect money for your degree, because without a permanent residency, the fees for the university or for the bachelor's is $35,000. $35,000 is like 16-17 lakhs a year. But in the same way, if you are becoming a permanent residency and then doing your bachelor's, your fees is only $2,000 to $3,000. That is only 1 or 2 lakh rupees.
Okay. Wow.
So
that's sort of not benefit, right?
Yeah, it's a benefit. Yes, it's a benefit. But then it's ऐसा ही है ना कि हाँ 5 साल और पढ़ना पड़ेगा. 2 साल की डिप्लोमा करो, फिर 4 साल का ये 3 साल का बैचलर्स है, और वापस 2 साल का तुम्हारा मास्टर्स है. मतलब 5-6 साल तो ऐसे ही निकल जाते हैं तुम्हारे पढ़ने में. अगर हाँ इंडिया से ही डिप्लोमा करके आए होते हैं, 3 साल यहाँ पढ़ो और फिर मास्टर्स करना है तो करो.
But still, I think like you said कि diploma करे बगैर ही Canada को आ गए, तो like you still had the experience कि ना ये hustle जो रहता, जो असल grind है उसका ना अंदाजा हो गया. But still if you come like later anyhow, diploma के बाद में हो, bachelor's के बाद में हो, वो hustle तो रहने वाली है.
हसल तो रहने वाली है, हसल तो बहुत रहने वाली है. मैंने पर्सनली बहुत की है. ओके, आई टेल यू वन फैक्ट. मैं जब कनाडा आया ना, 6 months from the time of coming to Canada, I had no job. मेरे पास कोई जॉब नहीं थी. I used to submit my resume every single day, but there was no hope of there was no call from my employers. So थक.
So you're saying कि है ना जॉब नहीं थी, resume submit कर रही थी.
So resume submit किया, जॉब नहीं थी, and पैसा भी कमाना था, राइट? क्योंकि $650 पे कब तक $650 के पे भरोसा, I couldn't survive over here. तो मैंने सोचा कि यार अभी जॉब मिलने ही है, तो जून में I started doing Uber Eats on bicycle. पहले दिन किया, दूसरे दिन किया. I used to do Uber Eats 3 hours a day for 60 to 70 kilometers a day on my bicycle. So that's how I started earning first. Secondly, by the time I was doing Uber Eats, I got a job offer from one of my professors saying that I own a restaurant over here and I'm looking for a dishwasher. So if you're interested, then you can start from tomorrow itself. I was like, okay, dishwashing is not a bad job. So I started as a dishwasher. I worked for a dishwasher for 3-4 months and then I quit because I got a pharmacy assistant job. Working as a dishwasher was very stressful for me क्योंकि I was surrounded by dishes and plates. Like मेरे चारों तरफ dishes और plates ही थी और कुछ नहीं था. And you have to work like continuously. You have to keep on washing the dishes. You have to go on and on and on, right? And
तो मतलब वो पूरी खत्म होंगी तभी आप घर जाएंगे?
हाँ पूरा खत्म होगा. अगर रात की शिफ्ट हुई तो उसमें कैसा होता है ना, रात की शिफ्ट में कि आपको रेस्टोरेंट क्लोज करना होता है. मेरे को वैसा था कि अगर इफ आई एम गेटिंग इवनिंग शिफ्ट देन आई हैव टू क्लोज द रेस्टोरेंट. सो क्लोजिंग के टाइम भी अच्छे खासे जितने भी लाइक कह सकते हो ना कि किचन में जितने भी डिशेस थे, बर्तन थे, सब आपको आ जाता है क्योंकि ये लोग बहुत सी चीजों का इस्तेमाल करते हैं. एंड वो चीजें इतनी कठिन डिफिकल्ट होती है निकालने के लिए, तो कितना भी घिसो उसको निकलेगा नहीं वो. यू हैव टू सोक इट इन द वाटर फॉर ओवरनाइट एंड देन ओनली इट विल गो ऑफ. तो भाई मैं बोला मैं कहाँ आ गया, ये मैं क्या करने आया हूँ एंड व्हाट एम आई डूइंग ओवर हियर, राइट. तो पहले मन नहीं हुआ. आई वाज फाइन इन माय इनिशियल मंथ्स. आई वाजंट फीलिंग टू वर्क. आई वाज इन नॉट इन द मूड टू वर्क. आई वाज लाइक नहीं करनी ऐसी जॉब क्योंकि वी आर मेंट टू, हमारी एक थिंकिंग होती है दैट इज वी आर मेंट टू डू ओनली हाई एंड रेप्यूटेड जॉब्स जिसमें अपने को रेप्यूटेशन अच्छी मिले एंड रिस्पेक्ट अच्छा मिले, राइट. बट यहाँ पे ऐसा नहीं होता है. लाइक इवन इफ यू आर working as a garbage picker over here, so people will give you the same amount of respect which they give to a highly white collar jobs.
तो ये बोलते ना वो वाली चीज हो गई, काम करने में कोई ऐब नहीं है बोलते ना, वैसे वाला चीज.
कोई ऐब नहीं, सच्ची नहीं है. Because at the end you are working for your living, right? You are working to carry out your expenses and not to carry out the others' expenses, right? आपको पैसा कमाना है. तो ये एक चीज थी.
हाँ, तो अंदाजा होता है कि लोग है ना कनाडा के है ना सुनहरे ख्वाब है ना सुनाते हैं कि हम जाएंगे वहां पर पता नहीं कौन सी बुगाटी करेंगे और क्या क्या करेंगे.
सुनहरे ख्वाब हो सकते हैं, यस. मैं नहीं कहूंगा, आई वोंट से दैट सुनहरे ख्वाब नहीं होते. बुगाटी लेनी ले सकते हो, बट वो बुगाटी लेने के लिए भी आपको आगे पहले सेव करना पड़ेगा, राइट. safe हो जाएगा unless and until you don't get a nice job you won't be able to earn that much. But whatever you earn, I've seen people are satisfied in that. They are happily living, they are fulfilling their dreams, their passion, their everything. तो ऐसा नहीं है कि you can, हाँ ऐसा नहीं है कि you cannot complete your dreams, you cannot complete all your wish list, right? Half of the things from the wish list you can and half of the things you cannot. मेरी भी बहुत सी विश लिस्ट है पर उसमें से मैंने सिर्फ अभी तक 3 या 4 ही फुलफिल किया है. बाकी की आई हैव टू फुलफिल. People, yeah.
You're saying something, you know, this.
It's like it's like student have a lot of expenses over here. महीने का लगा लो तो महीने का $1,000-1,200 तो उनका ऐसे ही जाता है. बट क्योंकि आपको आपका रेंट पे करना है $550 का, आपके ग्रोसरी एक्सपेंसेस $200-300, ठीक है. फिर आपके बाकी के एक्सपेंसेस जो हो गए, आपके बाकी का जो EMIs है वो सब. फिर अगर गाड़ी लिया है आपने, ठीक है, तो गाड़ी का इफ यू आर न्यू ड्राइवर द इंश्योरेंस इज $350 अ मंथ. एंड अगर नई गाड़ी लोगे तो उसका EMI अलग. तो मैंने देखा है स्टूडेंट्स को इतना सब होते हुए भी दे आर लिविंग देयर लाइफ, दे आर फुलफिलिंग व्हाटएवर दे वांट. And at the end, that's what matters, right? आप कनाडा क्यों सिर्फ पढ़ाई करने के लिए थोड़ी आया. You have a mental peace of mind, right? कि हाँ जो भी हो रहा है अच्छा हो रहा है. Whatever we are buying is on from our money, right? हम किसी और के पैसों पे नहीं जी रहे. मॉम डैड के पैसों पे जीना और किसी और के पैसों पे जीना are two different things, right? होता है. Now today I am by God's grace I am earning well, so I am giving back all the things which my dad has given me. now there are certain things which my dad cannot afford because of this pandemic, but I'm thankful to God that I can provide him those things because I am earning well right now. So
Uh,
whatever my dad wishes right now, his son can fulfill it. And same passion and same dream you guys should have that अगर फ्यूचर में अगर ऐसा कुछ आता है पैंडेमिक एंड मॉम डैड का बिजनेस नहीं चलता है तो एटलीस्ट there's someone who's working who is there to run the home and stuff, you know, तो फाइनेंशियली हेल्प कर सकते हो एंड उनको जो चीजें चाहिए वो भी आप उनको दे सकते हो.
this is awesome. This is awesome to hear from you. So this brings us to the end of the podcast where I ask about life. So this like the perspective question. So what is one thing that the pandemic has taught you?
One thing the pandemic has taught me by what सबको like the pandemic has taught the how important relationships are and how important it is to keep relationships, close relationships with your closed ones, right? Because pandemic ने सबको साथ में लेके आया इस बार. Because everyone is staying home, everyone is working from home, so that means we are having a good quality family time over here. And when I came over here, I had no time even to call my friends. But pandemic में I am, you know, calling up my old friends, maintaining a good friendship with them. So that is what pandemic taught me. How far you go, even in which part of the world you go, but don't ever forget your friends. Because girlfriend होए ना होए, आपकी friends आपके साथ हमेशा होने वाले, वो याद है अपने.
ये एकदम है ना अगस्त के भाई के जैसी बात कर दिया है यार.
अरे बहुत कुछ सिखाया है पेंडेमिक ने. अभी तो तंग आ गए इस पेंडेमिक से.
So the second question is, if you could meet 3 people, dead or alive, who would they be? And why?
So if I would meet 3 people, firstly, 2 people are my parents, my mom and dad. Obviously alive.
Yeah.
Dead का तो सवाल ही नहीं आता कि dead में I would meet someone. Yes, alive में I would meet my mom and my parents, and thirdly, there's no one actually. क्योंकि family के अलावा I have no one जिसको मैं मिलना चाहता हूँ. Apart from my inspiration, there's if I'm not sure if you know a famous YouTuber as Mumbai ka Nikhil or no. Yes. So that's he's one of my inspirations. So अगर life में कभी chance मिला तो उससे मिलना है मेरे को एक बार. You know, spend a good quality time. उसके जैसी bikes, उसके जैसा एक passion है अपना.
So if anyhow like if there's a certain chance that Mumbai ka Nikhil watches this, I think he'll reach out to you.
Definitely, I would be the most happiest person on the world right now, dancing everywhere if he reaches me out. And even if he gives me 5 minutes of his busy routine, I would be the most happiest person.
Oh, so we'll do that. We'll try something.
Yeah.
So people listening and watching this brings us to the end of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed and learned something from it, because I did. And until then, you guys know what to do. Stay blessed, keep taking action, and we'll see you in the next one.